Hi, my name's Colin. Welcome to Paint Watercolours. So if you're ready, let's get started. Hello, welcome to Paint Watercolours with me, Colin. And I thought I'd do a seaside one this time, so we'll get straight in with this. This is just Naples yellow. The board is laying flat. Cover the tops of the mountains. Some raw sienna. And into that some cobalt blue, streak it in. The raw sienna will grey it, and being as there's water on the paper, it will fade and dry lighter. This is a mixture of cobalt blue and light red. I'm just going to pull some clouds in. This is cad yellow light. You can use a Windsor yellow for this as well. Just create a light spot, feather it into the buildings. Back to the raw sienna. And this is a mixture of cobalt blue, cadmium yellow, deep, with a touch of light red. And we're just going to create some shapes. This is all about just getting colour onto the paper first. Then with the same mixture of the cobalt blue and the light red, just drop some in the path. Taking some out. Just feather it into the other washes, and you can leave that to dry. Okay, once you've let that dry, and the paper is still slightly damp, this is the sky mixture again. It's just cobalt blue, but what I'm actually going to do is squeeze the end out, take the excess paint off, and we're going to dry brush this one across here where the horizon is, and we should get a hit and miss effect to add some sparkle just to the sea there. And that's how you create some sparkle. Take some of the sky colour once again. This is the cloud colour though, which is a cobalt blue and a light red. And we're just going to paint this this background mountain in. Just want to take some paint out just to help create a barrier, a little bit of mist. Raw sienna, and just drop it in places just to break up the solid colour. Take a damp brush, create some light patches. Then we come to these mountains here, and I'm just going to only wet certain parts of it, and we're going to add some colour as an underpainting. Cobalt blue and burnt umber as the grey. Just dropping it in. Alizarin crimson, cobalt blue, and umber. Which will give you a very nice mauve. Just alizarin crimson and cobalt blue. Rinse your brush out. Just blend it together, always remembering that this will fade. Do the same here with this one. Watercolor again. Yeah. Crimson. Just blend them together. Feather some edges out. Oh, whilst the colour in these mountains is just drying slightly, so yeah, we're getting some beautiful granulation there. That looks great. This is just, I've re-wet the whole sea area, only up to where the sparkle begins. And into that, I'm just going to put in some cobalt blue, and some cobalt blue and light red. Just streak it in. Just a bit darker under this mountain. Cobalt blue, phthalo green and light red. So it's cobalt blue, phthalo green and a touch of light red. You end up with a beautiful turquoise. And I'm going to leave all that to dry. Now that this is perfectly dry, we're just going to re-wet it, or we can just run some water in along here. Not too much, you don't want to lift the paint up from the wash that we've put down. This is just some raw sienna with a touch of cobalt blue, tiny amount. I'm going to drop this over the top of the washes. Paint right up to the line. And then into that, this is cobalt blue, tad yellow deep. I'm just going to drop some heavy colour just on the back side. Now remember, this will fade. Because there's already water on the mountain. Do any excess off the bottom with a damp brush. We can just drop in a little bit of raw umber. Some cobalt blue. And light red. Very gently blending it back with a damp brush. Create some light patches. Blending it back, it will still bleed down towards the foreground mountain. And then we're going to leave that for a minute or two while the shine goes off the paper. Okay, now it's dried out a bit with the underpainting of the other colours. Hopefully, when we scrape the rocks in, the colours underneath will remain where they are. This is just a palette knife for oil painting. And I think you can just see the colour underneath is showing through. And then we do the same with this one. So I'll just give this one a quick wash of the raw sienna, and now with a just slightly stronger mix of the cobalt blue, cadmium yellow deep, light red. Just going to add some raw umber in, just to change it a little bit. Your sky colour, which is the cobalt blue and the light red. Just introduce this at the bottom. Scrub a bit in there, just to help. Taking the damp brush and just blending this back. so that you don't end up with a straight line. Leave that to dry a moment or two, and we're going to repeat the same procedure as we had done here. Okay, let's see if we can get the same on this one. Just put some shape in. Brush. Soften some of these edges back. We can move on to the sea. We move on to the sea, we're going to put some movement into it. This is just plain cobalt blue, which has just been strengthening up as we've been doing the painting. It's the same mixture of what was in the sky. Then with the damp brush, soften off the bottom edges. And just do this as we go. Brush once again. Soften off the bottom edge. This is the phthalo green cobalt blue with a touch of light red. Test the strength. This is a 3/4 flat brush, and I'm just using the edge and the tip. Soften off with a damp brush. The bottom edge only. And now I'm just going to take a damp brush and just lift some areas where the paint has crept too far. You don't want it block coloured. Some variation is nice. Then with the bushes, I'm just simply going to spot these in, which is the cobalt blue and the cad yellow deep around the buildings, over the masking fluid that I put on earlier, just to save some highlight spots. A darker mixture. This is the same colour, but I've just added some ultramarine to it. Just going to drop some burnt umber. Then we have to leave that to dry a minute or two. This is a mixture of burnt sienna and cadmium red, and I'm just basically just painting in the roof. This will help draw your eye into the painting. Painted a little garage, and just to change the flavour a little bit in it, just to get just to break it up. Just dropping some purple in that was left over on the palette. And whilst that's drying a little bit, I'm just taking some cadmium yellow light, and where I masked out some of the light areas on the bushes, I am just rubbing it in. As I'm rubbing it in, it is also picking up some of the surrounding colour, and you end up with a blend. And with a weak wash of cobalt blue, a bit stronger than that I think, I'm just going to put the shadow side of the house in, well, garage, same on this one. Just blend it slightly underneath the eaves. This is a mixture of cobalt blue and burnt sienna. Just add a little shadow under the eaves. Shadow side on the chimney. We can put the windows in. I'll have to let that one dry a little bit. So whilst we're waiting for that to dry, I've just mixed up a dark mix of French ultramarine and cadmium yellow deep, and I just want to put a couple of dry brush strokes on. A bit around the rocks. Damp brush, soften off the edges. Same on this side. colour there. I'll have to leave that for a moment or two. Okay, the painting's finished now. I put a couple of seagulls in, well, 3 seagulls. I finished the door, and what I've just done is I've signed it, and the last thing to do is just to add a little extra sparkle with a craft knife just on the top of some of the dark patches where we put the waves in earlier. I think we shall call that one finished. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please click the like button and please subscribe. Thank you very much for watching.